arc command in AutoCAD. Let's see how the arc command works in AutoCAD. If you want to get the arc command in AutoCAD, all you need to do is you need to go to the draw layer. Under the draw layer, we have arc, as you can see over here. So what you want to do is you want to click on this drop down icon. If you click on this drop down icon, as you can see, we have various options. So we have arc with 3 points, arc with start, center, end, start, center, angle, start, center, length, start, end, angle, start, end, direction, start, end, radius, center, start, end, center, start, angle, center, start, length, and continuous arc. So we're going to learn each one of these arc options. So first of all, as you can see over here, I already drew a line. This is going to help us to understand how the arc command works in AutoCAD. So you want to click on the 3 points. So let's take a look at 3 points. As the name implies, 3 points, meaning your arc is going to be placed on 3 points. 1 stand for point 1, 2 stand for point 2, while 3 stand for point 3. So click on 3 points. So it is asking us to specify the start point of the arc. So let's say this is the start point. Now it is asking us to specify the second point of the arc. So let's say the second point of the arc is somewhere here. So click here. Now it is asking us to specify the end point of the arc. So the end point of the arc is going to be the end point of this line. As you can see, this is the arc will look like. So this is the 3 point arc. So let's take a look at other option. So we have the start, center, end. So we're going to have this. As you can see, this is how it will look like. 1 stand for the start point, 2 stand for the center point, while 3 stand for the end point. So click on this. So we have it is asking us to specify the start point. So click on this start point. Now it is asking us to specify the center point of the arc. So this is the center point. So click on this. Now it is asking us to specify the end point of the arc. So this is the end point of the arc. You click this. So as you can see, this is how the arc will look like. Now let's take a look at other options. So click on this drop down icon. Now we have start, center, angle. So we are 1 stand for the start point, 2 stand for the center point, while 3 stand for the angle. So click on this. So it is asking us to specify the start point. So this is the start point. Now it is asking us to specify the center point of the arc. So you click, this is the center point of the arc. Now it is asking us, now it is asking us to specify the angle. So let's say this arc is inclined, let's say this is 45 degrees, it is inclined 45 degrees. So you type 45, enter. So as you can see, this is how it will look like. If you want, you can measure this angle. So all you need to do is come to this measurement annotation tab over here, click this and click on angular. So you click on this, click this. As you can see, this is 45 degree angle, but we can't see this properly. What you can do, you can change the properties. So click on this, then right click, then go to properties. So you find where it says test. So now all you need to do, you need to increase the test height. So let's say the test height is 0.3, enter. So you can't see this properly. So let's say this is 0.6, enter. Okay, then cancel, then escape. So as you can see, this is the 45 degree angle. So let's take a look at other options. So we have start, center, length. So if you take a look at this, take a look at the image. So 1 stand for the start point, 2 stand for the center point, while 3 stand for the length. So click on this. So as you can see here, we have start point. Now it is asking us to specify the center point. This is the center point. Now it is asking us to specify the length of the chord, and it says hold Ctrl to switch direction. So if you want the opposite direction, you just hold Ctrl. It is going to move to the opposite direction. So now you need to specify the length of the chord. So let's say the length of this chord is 15 inches, for example. So you type 15, enter. So this is how the arc will look like. So let me delete this dimension. Okay, so this is how the arc will look like. You can measure the arc length. All you need to do is you need to go to the annotation tab, then click on align. So what you want to do, you want to specify the first point, then you want to specify the second point. So this is it. As you can see, this is 15 inches. So if you can also increase the size of this test. So let's take a look at other options. So we have start, end, angle. So start point, then we have end point, then now it is asking us to specify the angle. So it is asking us to specify the angle. So let's say we want 180 degrees. So 180, enter. So if you type 180 degree, this is how the arc will look like, because you know from this point to this point is 180 degree, and this point to this other point is 180 degree, making a 360 degree. So this is how it will look like. So start point, end point, and the angle. So let's take a look at other options. Click on this. Then we have start point, end point, and direction. This is how it will look like. One stand for the start point, then two stand for start point, and two stand for the end point. As you can see, two stand for the end point, while three stand for the direction. So let's see. Click on this. So it's asking us to specify the start point. This is the start point. Now it is asking us to specify the end point. This is the end point. Now it is asking us to specify tangent direction. Let's say this is 60 degree, for example, enter. So as you can see, this is how it will look like. Then let's take a look at other options. So we have start, end, and radius. So one stand for the start point, two stand for the end point, while three stand for the radius. So click on this, specify start point of arc, start point, specify end point, specify the radius. So let's say this is 18, enter. Okay, so this is how it will look like: start point, end point, and the radius. Okay, let's take a look at other options. So we have center, start, and end. So one stand for the center point, two stand for the start point, while three stand for the end point. So let's take a look at this. Start, where is it? Center, start, end. Okay, center, start, end. So you locate the center point. Now you find the start point. So let's say this is the start point. Then this is the end point. So this is the end point. So if you click on this, it's going to draw an arc like this. Now if you want to reverse this, if you want to change the if you want to change the direction, all you need to do, you just need to hold down Ctrl. So if you hold Ctrl, as you can see, it's going to change the direction. If you remove your hand from the Control button, it's going back to the previous direction. So you click this. So this is how the arc will look like. Then we have center, start, angle. So the first point is going to be the center point. The second point is going to be first point, while the third point is going to be the angle. Click on this. So we have center point. Now it's asking us to specify the start point. Now it is asking us to specify the angle. So what is the angle? So let's say this is 60 degrees. So you type 60, enter. So this is the arc. This is how the arc will look like. So you can also measure this. Then we have a center, start, length. Center, start, length. So you can the first point is going to be the center point, center. Then the second point is the start point. Then the third point is the length of the chord. So what is this length? Let's say this length is 8 inches, for example. So you type 8, enter. Okay, so this is how the arc will look like. You can You can also measure this by using the align measurement tool. You can measure the length of the length of the chord. Then the last one we have here is the continue arc. So the continue arc is going to continue your arc from the previous arc. So take a look at this continue. As you can see, this was the previous arc. Now if you press the continue arc, it is going to start the arc from the previous arc. So you can just click here. So this is the arc will look like. Then we have a shortcut for the arc command. If you don't want to directly go to the draw layer, you can use the shortcut by typing A on your keyboard. If you type A on your keyboard, as you can see, the first option we have is arc. So you click enter. So it is asking us to specify the start point or the center point of the arc. If you want the center point, if you want to start from the center point, you click center. So let's say this is the center point, enter. Okay, so now it's asking us to specify the start point of the arc. So you can just click somewhere here. This is the start point. Okay, now it is asking us to specify the end point of the arc. So you click somewhere here. Now if you want to change this, you can, if you want the angle, so you can click on angle. As you can see over here, if you click on angle, then you have to specify the angle of this arc. If you click on chord, then you have to specify the chord length. If you click on length, then meaning you have to specify the length of the arc. So let's say, for example, look at the angle. If you click on angle, now it is asking us to specify what is the angle of this arc. So let's say this is 30 degree, for example, 30, enter. Okay, so this is it. You can also measure this by using the going to the annotation tab and use the angular measurement.